Recently, I felt really stuck in my business. I didn't feel like I had any momentum at all. And the weird thing was, there was a lot going on. I was really, really active. I was really, really busy. I felt like I was working harder than I ever had worked before. I was answering emails. I was following up with clients and potential customers and my investment portfolio. And I was tweaking offers. I was making new offers. I was designing courses. I was doing all sorts of stuff. But like at the end of the day or the end of the week, I would think to myself, what actually got done? What got accomplished? Did the business move forward? And it really wasn't moving forward. And in hindsight, what I realized was it was all of that activity and all of that second guessing that was really the problem. And then, as often happens, I realized a parallel. I had seen this type of behavior before. So I'm at the golf course, getting ready to play a round of golf. I'm on the driving range. Everything seems to be working perfectly. I'm feeling good. I'm comfortable. I'm limber. Get on the first tee. I'm excited about this round coming up. Swank. Swank the first drive off into the woods. Able to get it back out, get up on the green, hit a bogey. I'm like, all right, it's probably just first hole jitters. No big deal. Get on the second hole. It's a long par 5. Pull my driver out. Boom, same thing. Not in the trees necessarily, but in the tall stuff. Search around, actually find the ball, have to like dig it out of the rough. Doesn't go that far. The par 5, I'm on the green in 4, which is not great. 2-putt again, another bogey. Come up to the next hole. This one was like a disaster. Into the woods, can't find the ball, take a penalty stroke, finally get on, double bogey. At that point, I am like totally frustrated. I'm like, what is going on? What is not working? So what do? I start to tweak, right? On one shot, I'm tweaking my grip, figuring out that must be the problem. On the next shot, I'm kind of thinking about my takeaway. Is that the problem? Then I'm thinking about my downswing. Is that the problem? Is it my alignment? Shot after shot, I'm trying to figure something out to make it work. This goes on for about probably 3 more holes. And then finally, I get to a par 3, and I said, you know what? The hell with all this. I said, I'm out here. It's a beautiful day. I'm playing with friends. All right, so this round ain't going so well. Let's just swing. Let's just swing like an athlete. So sure enough, I step up. I don't have a swing thought in my head. I'm just like, just swing. Swing the ball, pew, pipe it, right? Par 3, I'm on the green, 10 feet away. Perfect shot. All my buddies are clapping like, hey, I think you might have gotten it back. I get up there again, putt, 10 feet away. I'm not thinking about, what's going on, what I'm trying to do, what I need to improve. I just swing, roll the ball into the hole, birdie. Now at this point, it's not so much the fact that I had made the birdie. Of course, I'm excited about that, but it's not so much that I made the birdie that was my realization. My realization was actually on that shot and on that hole, nothing had changed. I hadn't changed anything. I just got up and I swung. I played like an athlete and swung the ball, got on the green, putted, rolled the putt into the hole. And so from that point on, I said, okay, I'm just going to play. I'm just going to play golf. And lo and behold, things started to turn around. The rest of the holes for that round were actually pretty good, if I do say so myself. And it was just because I had stopped trying to prevent or protect against danger. Because I realized in those early holes, once I got off track, I started to try to protect. And I started trying to prevent. And when I think about that now in terms of my business, when things don't show up the way I want them to show up after I do something, what was I doing? I was protecting again. It's like, how do you not get that result that you don't necessarily want or that feedback that you don't necessarily want? How do you make it better? And so I started doing things differently, started tweaking my prices, started changing the content of my offers and the way that I said things, started changing things in my sales conversations. And again, none of that was working. Why? Because I was protecting. So then I said, okay, let's do what you did on the golf course. Just swing away. Lo and behold, what did I do? Instead of retracting and protecting, I went back out again. and I started to play. Set up a couple of calls, had some meetings, had some great conversations. The ball really metaphorically started to move down the fairway. Got a couple new clients. Things started to click, things started to work. And so lo and behold, what I realized was what I was doing in my business was the same thing I was doing on the golf course. I was protecting. The other thing that I realized, which was super important for me, was that unlike golf, where I get an immediate result, right? It's in the woods, or it's in the fairway, or it's on the green, or it's out of bounds and in the water. You kind of get this immediate feedback. In business, feedback isn't always immediate. And if things aren't working out as quickly or as fast as I want them to, that doesn't necessarily mean that something's wrong. It just means I need to stay in the game and keep playing. So bottom line for me, what I realized, when I'm feeling stuck and I'm feeling the momentum is gone, the reason I'm feeling stuck is because I'm doing a bunch of stuff to protect against a result or a feedback that is actually not quite the real result or feedback. And the way that I regain momentum is to actually start playing again, playing in business. Hit the ball down the fairway. Let the green receive the ball. Let the hole receive the ball when you put it in. That's my grand revelation.